Hi, welcome to the weekly video on the Forex market, taking a look at some trade setups on the dollar at the weekly pivot point. I think could be very interesting. First of all, though, be aware that this video is shown to a global audience, but may not be suitable for everyone. Please visit admiralmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence, and contact the appropriate entity for more details. Also, please be aware that trading foreign exchange and global financial markets is considered high risk. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. This webinar is for informational and educational purposes only. By continuing watching this webinar, you agree with this disclaimer and you are aware of the risk involved when trading. Let's start with the euro-dollar weekly chart, and you can see the price has retraced all the way back up to the resistance here. Price making a rally from 103.50 all the way up to 113 almost, so that's about 1,000 pips here in this last few months. So despite the bearish outlook that the euro-dollar has and had, we are seeing a significant upside. And last week, however, we do see a bearish pin bar here. That could be an indication that price might make a retracement back down. We also have strong resistance on the left. So from that point of view, it could be something to be wary of, that price might make a reversal back down. However, for me to be more bearish at this moment, this could just be an exhaustion wick and price might still challenge 113. I think that I would need to see a weekly candle close within the Keltner. The top of the Keltner band is 111.60 at this moment. So a close this week below that, I think, would make me more bearish from this weekly long-term perspective. At this moment, I think it's still too early to say if this is a retracement for more upside or whether a reversal has indeed started. If price, however, does break above this top here at 113, then I think price might accelerate up to 115 and challenge this long-term moving average. All right, so that could be an upside boost there if price breaks above it. Now, at this moment, you see a couple of candles going sideways. That could actually be the turn for a reversal, or it could just be start of a bull flag for more upside. So I'm keeping an eye on both. At the moment, price is actually below the weekly pivot point, so I think that's an important level at this moment. It's going to indicate whether price reverses back down for more downside like this and starts to accelerate actually below these support levels like this. We could draw a line like that. Actually, let me draw the resistance line first. You can see not only the weekly pivot point, but a resistance trend line as well, very important for the market. But also, I think this support trend line, let me make that blue so you can see that more clearly. And you can see that price is going to have to break above one of these two. If it does break below support, I would expect price to start hitting the S1, then going to the S2, and then perhaps even the S3, all the way down to 110. I would be looking for a 4-hour candle close near the low, below this blue line, as a kind of a starting signal for a potential retracement to the downside. If price, however, does the opposite and breaks above resistance and the weekly pivot point, I'll be looking for a bullish candle to do that. All right, and then there could be indeed one more push up to test 113 and perhaps break above 113. That still remains to be seen. If price, however, does not break above the resistance and actually stops at the weekly pivot point, stops in this zone, it's around 112, I think, here. Let me take a look. Yeah, 112, 112.25 max. And price hits that, but then fails to break it. It could actually revert back down to support like this and continue in this what looks like an ascending wedge pattern at this moment. So very interested to see which of these two will occur. My bias is still bearish, to be honest, that this is a reversal pattern for more downside. But it all depends also about the weekly chart I just showed you and what break we get on the 1-hour, 4-hour chart here as well, and how these daily candles start to emerge today, tomorrow. If, for instance, today's daily candles like this, well, that would be certainly a signal to note and to be aware of. So more webinars, by the way, this week. Then tonight with the session recap, I'm taking a look at the market live Tuesday, Wednesday, trading patterns, momentum, and support and resistance and candlestick patterns, so we can keep an eye on this euro dollar and the others, of course, pound dollar, dollar yen, and commodities and CFDs as well. Then at his live trading session on Wednesday, and together we take a look at the UK general election on Thursday. So I hope to see you in one of these webinars. Now the pound dollar basically is looking more bearish because there are pretty strong candlestick patterns here, indicating, for instance, a very bullish dominant candle here, indicating bearishness and potential downtrend continuation. And that's why I have a fib from here to here, because I'm looking for a retracement and follow through to the downside. I think that the weekly pivot point plus the 38.2 fib is a sturdy confluence. I would expect price to use that resistance zone, make a bearish reversal and turn at that level and head towards the S1 and minus 272 target at 127, where there's also a moving average. I would not underestimate that particular support level. That could create a bounce, and there might be some kind of reaction to it. It could be a zigzag, or it could be a bear flag, for instance. Now, if it's a bear flag, there could be easily another follow through to the downside on the pound dollar. If it's more of a zigzag, I would be more careful, because then we'll have to see how much this bounces up, because this could still be a retracement for more upside. So something to be aware of. If this is getting strong potential legs here on a lower time frame to the upside, then I'm looking for more information, like a bull flag like this, or actually a closing reverse back to the downside. So I want to see how the market reacts as it gets back into the 129 zone, whether it's more of a bullish or bearish breakout. Bullish or bearish environment. That's something we can discuss again in the live webinars Tuesday, Wednesday too. For the moment though, I'm bearish, and I expect price to make that fall down to the S1 at least, and then I'll have to see how it responds. I would not expect price to break above the 61.8, nor would I expect it to break above this daily high. That's the last kind of retracement. Otherwise, my bearish idea is invalidated in a way. Price, I would expect, mostly should stop at this fib, but it could also still extend to the 5061.8, and that is definitely possible. Looking at the 4-hour chart, so strong daily candle, but the 4-hour chart, we see also a strong momentum here. Look at this, good candles, now slowly but surely moving back up. This could become kind of a channel, and as that channel breaks, I think we could see an acceleration to the downside like this. So that's what I'm waiting for, this channel to complete at resistance, to break the channel, and then follow through to the downside. All right, last but not least, dollar yen, basically also at the key weekly pivot point. Why? Because we got a broken bottom here, we got tops in here. So if price manages to post a candle above it, with the candle closed like this, above that pivot point there, weekly pivot point, then I think there's a good chance that there could be a continuation to the upside like this. And price actually, in that case, might be expanding this correction. You can see a 61.8 bounce. In that case, if price breaks above this weekly pivot point, I think there's a good chance of price getting to the R2 and the minus 272 target. It could pause at the R1, don't get me wrong. There's the Keltner, Admiral Keltner band, which is part of the MetaTrader 4 Supreme Edition, by the way, which you can download for free and use and test for a month. A lot of extra features there besides the Keltner and the pivot point indicator package, the mini terminal that you see here, and lots of other things. So that's one thing, upside to the R1, then R2. If it breaks above the weekly pivot point. If it doesn't, and it breaks below these lows here, these lows and this support trend line, then price could actually start to continue with this downtrend and start to challenge this bottom, and perhaps even break below that bottom. And if it breaks below that bottom, I'll flip around this fib and put it from, let me see, I think it was from here to here roughly, if I remember correctly on the hourly chart, and I'll be looking for, well, 110. Perhaps even 109.50. So that would be the downside scenario with the dollar yen if it happens. Let's see, if it's going to break above resistance or below support. And I think there's some potential breakout trades on this pair after that. Of course, keep in mind that is my view, and this is just using my own thoughts that I might use for this trading week. Let's see. I'll discuss my trades. What I thought about the trades and which ones I took tomorrow and perhaps even Wednesday. And I'll take a look at that. More information, of course, on analysis, on webinars, on the MetaTrader 4 Supreme Edition, you can find on admiralmarkets.com. And you can also sign up to Facebook and YouTube channel, of course. And we're looking forward to see you in the webinars soon. Talk to you soon. Cheers.